I definitely thought I was invincible, but I got COVID-19.
I don't understand why you're thinking of. You had me at a low. I don't understand why you're thinking of. You had me at a low.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica Henson, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you all about my COVID-19 experience. It was so emotional, but thankfully all of my symptoms were mild and I'm fine, but I just wanted to share with you all my experience and also share with you all what I ended up taking and doing to alleviate some of my COVID symptoms. So picture this, y'all. I made it 2 years through this pandemic, and I just definitely thought that it had passed me by, that I had made it, I was in the clear. October 1st, y'all, I got COVID. So I woke up that morning, I was feeling a little warm, so I decided to take my temperature at home. I took my temperature. It was like, I think it was like 100.9 or something like that. And then so I decided to go get tested at an outpatient facility. I took the rapid test, and then the doctor came in the room and she was just like so quiet and so discreet. You know, I felt like she was gonna tell me I had like a STD or something, and she was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you have COVID." So after I found out my diagnosis, of course I notified my, my job and everything, and then I just decided to come home. I didn't really have a choice, but I came home, and I basically had everybody drop me off food and everything so that I could still eat. The first through third days, I definitely still had an appetite, but on that first day of when I got tested, I did lose my sense of taste and smell. So I've mentioned this in several videos. Your girl likes to eat, okay? So that was, sad and unfortunate, but my taste and smell currently are coming back, but I'll talk more about that later. So days 1 through 3, my symptoms were cough, runny nose, loss of taste and smell, fever, and I think for days 1 through 3, that was pretty much it. And then starting around like days 4 and 5, my temperature like kept rising. So I mean, I wrote down my temperature. It was like 101, 100, and then it go all the way down to 97. Then it shoot back up to 101. And then on day 5, just temporarily, I went to the hospital just to check in on everything because my temperature was 102, and they basically just said I was too healthy and sent me home. You know, our healthcare system. But anyway, day 5 through day 9, that's when I started to get a new symptom. I was throwing up. I did forget to mention that I did have diarrhea a little bit through days 1 through 3, but that kind of died off. So days 5 through 9, I wasn't really eating because I don't know about y'all, but I do not. I like to receive. I don't like to give the food back. So I wasn't really eating as much, and I couldn't taste my food anyway. So most of my days were spent laying in bed, with ice packs and all my pill bottles that I'm going to show you all in a second, trying to reduce my fever and boost my immune system and stay healthy, since for most cases, unless you're immunocompromised, the hospitals and stuff, they don't prescribe you medicine. So let's get into, I know my TV did not, hold on. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and get in onto the different supplements that I was taking and the different pills that I was taking to help my immune system figure itself out. So I'm going to show you all these 3 first because it's kind of just like the triple combo. First off, I was taking these 2 different forms of ibuprofen. I had the Advil liquid gels. These are my favorites to take just for like a regular headache or like menstrual cramps or something like that. These right here, delicious. And then, but I didn't know if they were strong enough because they were liquid gels, but they actually have the exact same dosage, these 2 bottles, but I just felt like for some reason these were going to be more effective for my COVID. So these are the 200 milligram ibuprofen tablets. So I was taking these initially, and then I was also taking extra strength Tylenol just to really make sure that my fever didn't get out of control. So when I went to the hospital, they gave me a good schedule to take the medicine. So I was taking medicine every 3 hours. And when I say medicine, I'm referring to these two different groups, because apparently Tylenol and Advil are not the same thing. You know, you learn something every day, okay? So if I was taking one of these at 3 p.m., I was taking one of these at 6 p.m., then I was taking this at 9 p.m., then I was taking this at midnight. And so I was just doing that until I noticed that my fever had broke for like more than 24 hours. So I had to do this until about day, I want to say until about like day 8.5, then I kind of stopped taking them. But that's a lot of pills alone, y'all. And then I was also taking vitamins because all my family, they were super supportive. They dropped me off these vitamins. They dropped me off soups and stuff because they wanted me to stay healthy, as they should. But so I was also taking vitamin D. I started with this one and ended up just taking these ones right here, the vitamin D3. Very different dosage. So these ones are the OG, and this is 5,000 IU, and then these ones are only 1,000 IU, excuse me. So one of these is like taking 5 of these, but I was getting my vitamin D in for strong bones and immune health. I was taking vitamin E, y'all. Vitamin C. Everybody knows about vitamin C. I don't even have to explain that one. I was also taking magnesium and something called quercetin. My aunt told me to order this, so that one is for immune support and seasonal health. I'll list all the different vitamins that I was taking for COVID down in the description box. And then the last thing, y'all, that I was taking was this multivitamin. This one contains all the important ones like A, B6, B12, C, D, E, niacin, biotin. My nails have been growing like crazy too. I need to clip them. And isotal, you know, all the vitamins that you're supposed to be keeping up with that, you know, I wasn't keeping up with because I just thought my immune system was already there. But I'm gonna be taking these. And this has a pretty good serving. This is 75 servings in here, so shout out to my cousin. You know who you are for getting me these. Thank you. So yeah, I was taking all those pills. I feel like there were points in the day where I was taking 21 pills for like the first 4 days, and I just completely was like, I gotta cut this out. I gotta slow it down. I gotta stop it. That's a lot of pills for me. But the ones that I definitely stayed consistent on was the Tylenol and the Advil. All right, so if you have COVID, these are some other additional things that you should probably use just to help your COVID experience go smoother. So I mentioned this one already. Get yourself, you know, a little thermometer so that you can take your temperature. I would just stick this directly under my tongue, you know, and you want to monitor your temperature to make sure that it's not, you know, reaching like over like, I think they say like 103 is like too extreme for your body to handle. But yeah, so you want to make sure you can take your temperature. Another thing you're going to want is mouthwash. Listerine is actually great for after you cough and then you're spitting out like all the stuff that's coming out of your throat and out of your whole sinus head situation. Mine was brown and red. I know that was TMI, but gargling actually really helps me to get like the phlegm feeling out of my mouth. So I definitely would recommend this. And every time I was coughing, especially towards the end of COVID and me really trying to just get it all out, in addition with throwing up and everything, Listerine became a good friend of mine. I actually threw away my old bottle after testing negative for COVID because I just didn't want any, I just throw it away. But while you have COVID, this is great. Another thing you can get off Amazon is in oximeter. Basically what you do is this monitors your oxygen level. They say that you should definitely follow your oxygen level if it dips below 94, 95. But I know a nurse and she said that technically if you have COVID, it's not like something that's super serious until it's below 90, but always talk with your doctor. But in order to measure your oxygen level, you just stick your little finger in there and then, oh, where is it? Press the on button and then eventually it'll give you a reading. So that's pretty cool. They sell these on Amazon. Maybe you could also get it from CVS. My oxygen is currently showing, but that's my business. So this was also pretty useful. Up next is toilet paper or tissue. I'm Black, so I use toilet paper. But I probably went through maybe like 3 rolls in the 10 days that I had COVID just on my nose alone. I was blowing my nose constantly, trying to breathe instead of having my mouth open the whole time, putting germs all over my rim. But yeah, toilet paper is good. Get you some wipes. If one of your symptoms is diarrhea, you're behind. Well, thank you. And then I also bought the Neomed sinus relief bottle. So basically, and this is still wet because I used it recently. I'm still using this post-COVID if I feel like I have like any leftover sinus. If you can hear me now, I probably sound a little congested, but that's my journey. But anyway, so you just put it to one nose, you fill it up with water, and then one of the packets that they include in here, and then you just kind of like squeeze, and then the stuff drizzles out your nose, and then you're able to blow more mucus and everything out after using it. So I actually really like this. I might even get this just for regular cold season. They say that you should hold on to one of these, I think for like 3 months, and then dispose of it. So, but anyway, this box came with 50 packets of the mixture. And then, what else? You can use it up to 2 times a day. That's what the box recommends if you are having any sinus problems. And I mean, COVID, it's clogging up your whole face. So, yeah. And then for my ladies and gentlemen who've lost their taste and lost their smell, castor oil is good for everything, okay? It's good for the face. I have a video coming out on that, on how I use castor oil on my face. It's good for the hair. It's in the hair routine, y'all. But I did not know that castor oil can actually help you to retrieve your smell if you've lost it. So what I would do, and I noticed right away, like within a few hours, that my smell was coming back faintly. I can taste most things now, but I still can't taste everything, but I also kind of did slack on using the castor oil. But what you should do is take a Q-tip, dip it into your bottle of castor oil, and then like wring it out a little bit. And then all you do is just rotate it up your nose. Obviously go further, but I'm not trying to gross y'all out on camera. And I actually noticed a change within the first 5 hours of me taking this. I started to be able to taste like very like strong and like pungent things after this. So if you've lost your taste and smell, definitely try out some castor oil. So yeah, those are all the items that I used to assist me with my COVID-19 journey. In addition to helping my fever get down, my aunt also suggested that I put onions in my socks. I know, y'all. I was like not feeling that either, but since I lost my taste and I lost my smell, I couldn't smell the onions, so I just went ahead and chopped up the onions, and also had other people chop me up the onions when I was low energy. And I just put large socks on my feet so that the onions could get to the lymph nodes in my feet and like help to draw out whatever it does, because it helps to reduce the fever. And then I also, when my fever was the highest my fever got was 102.3. I also had put the onions on my wrist area. Again, y'all, I couldn't smell myself, so it's okay. I'm better now. So I got COVID on October 1st, and then y'all, I was so sick of being in the house. On October 10th, as soon as the outpatient place where I wanted to get tested opened up, I went ahead and got my test. I was ready to be out of isolation, but so my test came back negative, and then even after testing negative though, I still did. And so this was on the 10th, and I'm recording this video on the 18th. I still did have a little bit of a cough and a runny nose. I still have a slight cough, so I'm still utilizing the Listerine and the sinus kit that I was showing you all. And then of course I'm still blowing my nose, but that's definitely decreased. And the color, you know, I can see the COVID going away, because the stuff that I was coughing up while I had COVID was definitely red and brown, and now it transitioned to yellow, and now it's starting to look a little bit more clear, and then hopefully I'll stop coughing altogether. But I definitely am making sure to, you know, actually start taking my vitamins now, be a good human to myself, and yeah, that is basically it for my COVID experience. You know, I thank God that I'm healthy. Thanks for everyone who was praying for me, who's watching this video, who knew that I had COVID before this video came out. I appreciate all of that. And yeah, stay tuned for my next video. Of course, y'all, be blessed, stay hydrated, be productive. Peace out, y'all.